Hey guys, Ambience here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to beat Night 6, otherwise known as Nightmare Mode, on Five Nights at Freddy's 3. Now, before I get into the video, there's a few things that I wanted to talk about real quick regarding the channel. First of all, thank you guys for 400 subscribers. That is an incredible milestone, and I definitely did not think that I would hit it this quick. So just thank you for the immense support that I've received on the channel recently. I really do appreciate it. And the other thing that I wanted to mention is, yes, I will be making guides on FNaF 4. You can expect the first one of those to hit in about a week, I would say. I've got a few projects to finish up first, but this is one of them. So, hey, getting closer. So, I've been getting a lot of comments about that recently, so I just wanted to clarify that at the beginning of one of my videos. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into it. At the start of the night, as usual, you're going to want to seal Cam 14 first thing. Then you're going to want to look around for Springtrap. For me, he started in Cam 10, as you can see here. So that was really lucky for me. The rest of the run, however, I am doing post-commentary, so I noticed in advance. The rest of the run did not go very well. I'm actually kind of glad it didn't go that well because I got to show you guys some of my backups and what I do when Springtrap starts getting closer. So as soon as he leaves Cam 10, you're going to check the vent to make sure he didn't go in there and then play audio. You should be able to tell from the sound cues, but I think it's faster to just click map toggle. One thing that I haven't really touched on yet that I really want you guys to pay attention to on Night 6 because it's going to make your life a lot easier is sound cues. So Springtrap has distinct sounds for when he's moving around. When he moves from room to room, then you can hear like a weird groaning or creaking sound. It's kind of hard to describe. You'll probably know it when you hear it. Also, when he goes into a vent, it's a completely different sound. It sounds a lot more similar to FNaF 2 when he's banging around in the vents, when an animatronic's banging around the vents in FNaF 2. Basically, that's what it sounds like. So, with a little bit of practice, you can distinguish them, which is extremely helpful. Hey there, so I'm editing this video right now, and I just realized that I spent the majority of this guide trying and failing to explain exactly what Springtrap's audio cues sound like, and then I realized that I can just add them in on post-production. So, don't know why I didn't think of that earlier, but anyway, here's a clip of Springtrap walking. So that's what it sounds like when Springtrap's moving from room to room. However, the sound of him crawling in a vent is completely different. Here's a clip of that. Alright, so there you go. You now know what the sound cues sound like and how to differentiate between them. I don't know why I didn't think of this while I was actually recording the guide, but hey, it doesn't matter now, right? What I just did there was, for whatever reason, I've noticed that if Springtrap goes to Cam 9 and you can't get him back to Cam 10 immediately with audio, there's a good chance he's going to go in Cam 11, which is what he did there, as I heard from sound cues. So I went ahead and saved myself there. So then I lured him back to Cam 10 and went ahead and sealed Cam 14 once again. Here I'm having a video error, so I waited for him to leave. Went ahead and played audio, went over here, rebooted the audio, and then what I'm going to do is go back over. I believe this is where I was kind of guessing whether or not he was going to move. Yeah, I waited a little bit here to see if I was going to hear the sound cue, and I didn't, so I thought maybe I missed it, so I just went ahead and played the audio anyway and went to reboot the camera system. I also wanted to briefly recap what to do to avoid the phantoms, in case you guys haven't watched my previous guides. So, Phantom Foxy is pretty easy to deal with. Whenever you turn over to the left, if you see him standing there, immediately double back to the right and open and close the monitor. There's a chance that he could still be standing there after that, but if he is, then just do it again and repeat until he leaves. So, Springtrap escaped the loop here. He got pretty far away from Cam 9. I almost got jump scared by Foxy there, but just barely avoided it. So what I'm doing now is luring Springtrap to Cam 7, which is pretty dangerous because that's where Phantom Chica is. But I lured Springtrap to Cam 7, and I went ahead and sealed Cam 12. So I was really listening for sound cues here. I was really listening to tell when he left the room or when he was going in an event. And that's especially important when your camera isn't working because that's really the only way, besides the gray static on the monitor, that you can track where Springtrap is. So he goes in the sealed vent here. I didn't really have anything to reboot, and I thought he was going to climb back out pretty quickly. So I decided to just put the monitor down and wait instead of actually rebooting something. So, yeah, he left Cam 7. I went ahead and played audio to get him back. Went over there, took care of Foxy, and there you go. See, he stayed. So I was able to recognize that, double back, and get him to go away for good by raising and lowering the monitor. Went back over to reboot the audio devices. Now I'm going to go ahead and quickly recap how to deal with the rest of the Phantoms. So Phantom Balloon Boy spawns in 4 cameras, 1, 7, 9, and 10. So basically all of your core cameras for your traps, so that's unlucky. Yeah, so when he does spawn in one of those cameras, what I do in order to counteract him is, if you'll notice, every time I pull up the monitor, I immediately click map toggle twice. This will instantly get rid of him on whatever camera you're looking at. He cannot appear in vent camera, so don't worry about that. it'll just instantly get rid of him pretty much every time. So I do that every single time that I raise the monitor, sometimes even before 1 a.m., which is when he can start spawning. The rest of the animatronics are pretty simple. The puppet and mangle are very simple. Just don't check cam 8 and cam 4. Cam 8's for puppet, cam 4 is for mangle. Yeah, so just don't check those. Cam 7's a little bit trickier. You can just try to avoid it if possible, but if you're keeping Springtrap in there, sometimes you may just have to eat a jump scare. If you notice Phantom Chica's face on the arcade machines, try to click away real quick and avoid it, which I think I actually did once during this run. Let's see, who am I missing? I feel like I'm missing a Phantom animatronic. Freddy. There we go. I see him walking in the background. Freddy's extremely simple. Just pay absolutely no attention to him and play as normal. Honestly, like, unless you're sitting in the office and staring directly at him for some reason, it's not going to make a difference. So I want to go back to sound cues real quick before this wraps up. Sound cues are extremely important in FNaF 3. I think a lot of people sleep on just how important sound cues are on the higher levels of this game. Basically, you want to be able to distinguish between Springtrap walking around and Springtrap climbing through the vents. The audio is a bit low on this recording. I tried to fix it, but it's still very low. So you probably won't be able to hear it on this recording, so I would recommend either just learning it through your own gameplay or looking up some sound clips. Because knowing that, I feel like, is vital on the later nights. So basically, whenever you hear that groaning or creaking noise that Springtrap makes, that means that he's left the room and not entered a vent. And when he starts banging around in a vent, if you know that he has nowhere to go but a sealed vent, then in that case, that's your cue to go reboot whatever systems you need to reboot, or just chill for a while and wait for him to climb out of the vent. So here he escaped the loop. I don't know exactly where he went, but he ended up at my window. I went ahead and rebooted the camera system. As you can see a second ago, he just ran past my window. So what I decided to do here is I first play audio in cam 1 to try to get him back over there. I don't know if it worked or not. Then I go to reboot audio. At this point, when Springtrap gets close to you, you only want to be rebooting audio, and then I lower the maintenance panel and he's right there. So I don't have a whole lot of options here. I could either go back over to the right and I could try to play audio in cam 1, which will get him to leave most of the time. But sometimes when you go over to the right, if he's already very close to attacking you, then he'll just pull you back and instantly jump scare you. So I decided it was safer to just wait it out and have a staring contest with him. So basically, just to recap, sound cues are extremely important in this game. I think a lot of people sleep on just how important they actually are. So you guys should know the difference between the groaning sound that Springtrap makes when he moves between rooms and the sound that he makes when he climbs into the vents. They're pretty distinctive from each other, and I think you'll be able to tell in your own gameplay. Sorry the audio for this video is really low. I wish you guys were able to hear that. It's really unlucky that as soon as I start talking about sound cues, the audio for a video is really low. But yeah, sorry about that, guys. But you should be able to tell through your own gameplay, or you can just look up the sound clips on the FNaF Wiki, and you'll be able to tell the difference. So sound cues are extremely important. The other thing I wanted to talk about is the static that Springtrap produces when he's close to you. Basically, if he's in Cam 5 or closer, he's going to produce a static. It's the same noise that Phantom Freddy makes when he walks past a window. So it'll be fairly quiet if he's in Cam 5. It'll be really quiet if he's in Cam 3 or 4. And it'll start to get really loud when he's in Cam 2, 1, or right outside your office. So you can kind of tell where he is just from that. So at 12 a.m., for example, if you hear that at the start of the night, then you know he spawned in Cam 5, which is really, really unlucky for you. But you should be able to learn back to Cam 8. So, yeah, do your research on sound cues, guys. I really wish the volume was louder on this one, so sorry about that. But like I said, you should be able to tell very easily through your own gameplay now that you know what exactly to look for. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching this guide. I hope it helped you, and I'll see you in the next one.